So in today's video, we are replacing this charging port for this iPhone, even though he doesn't need it. Let me explain. So this is the charging port that we're going to be replacing. And when I say he doesn't need it, here's what I mean. Even though it registers as it's charging in the charger, he still needs a charging port replacement. So this customer used an air compressor to blow out his charger, thinking that would clean the charger. It would, but at the expense of destroying his charging port. It's not just a place to plug in your cable. That's not the only functionality of it. Right here, as you'll notice, that gold square and this gold square, these are not just components for the charging port, these are microphones. This is where the sound goes through in those holes. It is interpreted by the charging port and sends that data through this cable right here and to the motherboard. And that's how when you talk on the phone, that's how the other person on the other end actually hears you, through these microphones. So we're gonna swap out the charging port just because his microphone has been blown. Let's get started. So just like any other iPhone, we remove the two bottom screws, make sure the phone's turned off, throw it on the heating plate.
Later.
And we remove it from the heating pad. So we'll start off by just sticking a razor inside, creating that gap and opening. I don't know if you guys saw that razor just fall in into Luffy's mouth. That was pretty cool. And we'll just open this up. Once that's opened, we'll remove the screen. This customer is one of our good customers, and unfortunately today his son passed away. And of course his issue with this phone happened, I think today or yesterday. And he's going through all these phone calls for the funeral home and such, so this is an emergency for him. It sucks. And my condolences. Our customer base in this location are a little bit on the older side. So we've dealt with older customers, and sometimes we hear back later on that they pass away. It's very unfortunate. Okay, so we got the screen removed, and this is the charging port. So it's gonna be just like this. We're gonna go ahead, remove all the components at the bottom and unplug that charger. We're gonna end up lifting the motherboard just a little bit as we progress. So I'm gonna prep that by removing the SIM tray. And then we'll start removing all these components on the charger. I'm going to remove the bottom speaker first. There's a cable right here. Unplug that cable. And loudspeaker has been removed. Let's remove the Taptic engine, which is the vibrator. Okay, vibrator is removed. And we just have this one cable down here. And there's two hidden screws at the very bottom, right there. That's the first one, that's the second one. And just to point out, these are the customer's microphone, the one on the right and the one on the left. One of these is blown. So when he's on the phone talking to whoever, they're not hearing him. And that happened when he called the store and he was trying to tell us what the issue was. Let's add some alcohol to make it easier to pry off. Get the majority pried off. I just want to remove this microphone. And we'll just squeeze it through. That is pretty much it. That's how you remove a charging port for this iPhone SE. We'll go ahead and add a new one. Definitely want to remove the stickers covering the microphone holes. Otherwise this job would be for nothing. Okay, now that we removed all the stickers, we're gonna just slide this charging port underneath the motherboard again. The new one, of course. We'll lift up just a tiny bit. There it is. It's in. We'll plug it. Now that it's plugged in, we'll just drop the charging port in place. Just like that. And we'll put it in all of its designated locations. And then let's go ahead and screw in the standoff screws to hold down the board. And let's put back the vibrator. What's wrong with this screw, my man? You want to play games? We have the vibrator installed. Let's screw in the vibrator. Putting the speaker in place. Plugging that in, very good. And we'll put the last shield up and we should be done. Put back the customer's SIM card. Definitely want to give him his SIM card back so he's able to make these phone calls. So we're gonna go ahead and plug in the screen and we're gonna call it a day. Easy peasy. Before I actually close this up, I wanna see if just by plugging in a charger turns on this phone, which in theory should. So we just throw in the charger and the Apple logo should appear. There it is. Perfect. We're done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this short video. This was a what not to do when you're trying to clean your charging port. Definitely don't use an air compressor when you're cleaning at the very bottom. Right here, as you know, that this customer had blown his microphones, and now that you've watched this video, you know that the microphones are that golden guy and this golden guy. Air compressor can blow these holes and destroy the microphone. Don't ever use an air compressor when you're cleaning your charging port. So don't forget. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. We'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.